I recently saw the movie Amazing Grace about William Wilberforce's efforts to end slavery in England in the 18th century. When he took the first vote on his measure in Parliament, 12 members of Parliament, or 14, voted with him, and almost 300 voted against him. Years later, when they took the vote that ended slavery in England, many of the people who had voted against him in the beginning voted with him, and only 12 members of Parliament voted against it. So don't give up. Some of the very same people who are opposing you now will wake up and vote with you later. Don't forget that. Now, we've got Melissa Hope, who is a longtime Sierra Club volunteer leader in the Kansas City area. In fact, in 2000, Melissa began a successful transition from business management, marketing, and sales to work for Sierra Club as an environmental activist and organizer. Today, she is the development director for Missouri Sierra Club. Melissa leads the Caring for Creation Committee at her church and considers her environmental work to be an important part of her commitment to caring for all of God's creation. And today you've seen her as the polar bear. And Susan Brown is chairperson of Concerned Citizens of Platte County, CCPC, a group who works to protect children's health, property values, and quality of life in Platte County and the surrounding area. CCPC was responsible for one of the first county health ordinances to protect homeowners from factory animal farms in Platte County. CCPC is now working with Platte County to develop only the second green build program in the Kansas City metropolitan area. Susan also works part-time for the health department and for the Energy Saving Store, a company that installs wind and solar systems. Melissa and Susan, come and join us.
Comic relief here. Let me get this out because we're different sizes. I can't hold all of these. I want you to know that Susan and I have worked together on the KCP&L issue of the new power plant that they wanted to build out at I-10, or are building out at I-10. And today, with this suit on, this is the first day I've gotten more press than Susan. So,
and she tried to get me in one of these suits, too.
But today we just want to talk to you a little bit about three incredible achievements that have occurred just in the last few weeks that have to do with global warming. And the first achievement that we want to talk about is the settlement that we reached, that Sierra Club, Concerned Citizens of Platte County, reached with KCP&L over the power plant. Now, they are going to build the power plant. They'd already started that 7 months ago. But the settlement was a landmark settlement in which they are the first utility to agree to offset 6 million tons, the total amount of global warming gas that new power plant will emit. They are offsetting that 100%. In addition to that, they've reduced pollution levels at 4 existing coal-burning power plants, or 3 existing and then the new one. The pollution levels are going to be much less than what they originally permitted for. And they are also agreeing to collaborate with Sierra Club and CCPC to work on legislation and other initiatives that will help them reduce their total fleet-wide global warming gas 20% by 2020. So it really was.
I'm going to talk just a couple minutes about what's going on also in Kansas City, Missouri, with the city of Kansas City. In 2005, the mayor of Seattle created the Mayor's Climate Protection Agreement to address global warming. Since then, over 400 mayors representing millions of Americans have pledged to help. Our mayor, Kay Barnes, signed the agreement in 2006 and began the process of developing a plan for Kansas City. Over 100 members of the community, including many people here today, I've seen in the audience, worked for months to create our climate protection plan. The plan, which has a goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions from city government by 30% by the year 2020, was unanimously adopted by the full city council last Thursday. This would have been unimaginable even just a year ago. Things have changed so much. City, we're now way ahead of any other city with both of these agreements in our region and in the top tier of cities across the country in addressing the danger of global warming. The opportunities to build on these accomplishments and make our region cleaner and healthier are humongous. The economic opportunities from green technologies, energy efficiency, and responsible growth are huge. We can help other cities in our metro area and across the country replicate what we have done. We need your help, and thanks for all the help so far. To get involved in your local government. I read the most interesting thing one time about the National Rifle Association, why they are so successful. It's because their members vote. Everyone in Congress knows that organization. Everyone at their local level knows that organization, and we need to be the same way. So be sure you signed up at the back table to send information to our congressman. Challenge your mayor if you live outside of Kansas City to sign the climate protection agreement. Help your county or city enact a green belt ordinance. Like we're doing in Platte County, we can help you with that. Join the Sierra Club. Put your money where your mouth is. Give them money. The Sierra Club is fantastic. Sign up for Concerned Citizens email list, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on in the city.
Sierra Club's #1 priority is now global warming, because energy ties into every environmental issue that you care about. And the issue with global warming ties all into that. But the third thing that's happened in the last couple of weeks is the two incredible Supreme Court rulings take my time. That determined that greenhouse gases are a pollutant, and EPA needs to be regulating that. Carbon gases coming from cars and increasing gas mileage for vehicles. And it also has an effect with those power plant battles that we are waging all across the country. We certainly don't want any new coal-burning power plants, and the NSR provision in one of those rulings will help that greatly, because it said that the pollution controls that they didn't put on, that they certainly should have put on, and all of those power companies are liable for not doing that at this point. And that will help us in our fight. But the key thing about all of these things that Susan and I want to bring out is that none of these things, whether it's the Supreme Court ruling, whether it's the climate change initiative here in Kansas City, or help